Hey, good morning, guys. Glad everybody's made it back in and ready to go. Reminder that in the back room today is that we'll have a defense. Jim is going right now. And then this afternoon, Bob Shoup from Vanderbilt will be here going from 1 to 6. So make sure your defensive coaches, defensive coordinators are back there, especially with Jim's doing how to be a good defensive football coach in this offense, because there's a lot of excuses that you can make. If a guy wants to make excuses for not being good on defense, there's a lot of them they can make, and I think that Jim is going to take care of all of those. And then obviously this afternoon, like I told you, with Bob Shoup coming in, he's had a lot of success with lesser athletes and being successful defensively. So I think we've done a really good job with that. This morning, for the first hour, we're going to finish up the passing game stuff. We're basically on the quick game stuff right now. So we're going to talk about a new way to run Hitch. It's a little bit different than what we've done before, and we do directional call it. The quarterback progression on Hitch is that we're going to give a directional call, so it'll be hitch right or hitch left, and the backside will run double slants, one-step slant with the inside guy. And what we've done with those slants is that we try to make sure that the inside guy, when he runs his slant, is that he basically tries to read the hips of the defender. If I'm the defender and I open my hips and I leave a gateway that's vertical up the field, then we want him, when he takes his one step, is that we want his angle to be more at a 45-degree angle. We tell him that if the defender squares his hip, if he buzzes and keeps his hip square, then when he sticks, he has to flatten his angle and make his angle more inside. So if he opens his hips, he's normally trying to get out to the wide guy to try to get in the throwing lane for that. And what we don't want him to do is then square his inside slant off to where that he runs into the Mike backer. What we'd like for him to be able to do is stick his toe in the ground, he opens his hips, stay slightly vertical, and catch the ball on the run up the field, okay? So that's the key for him on the inside hitch. We talked about the inside slant. We talked about the outside slant a lot. So on pre-snap, he's going to read the slants, and it's always the same thing we ask him to do, is to come up, and that whatever the call side is just go from left to right to the grass and try to find the biggest piece of grass. And that's what basically determines to him is that, am I going to stay play side or am I going to go to the back side? It's strictly based upon his pre-snap read as to where the grass is. Now again, what you can do if you have a quarterback that really struggles, the one thing that I've learned is that you've got to make sure that you coach every quarterback differently. You don't coach them the same, you coach them all different. And if you've got a quarterback that really struggles with the mental aspect, and you're walking up, oh my God, why didn't he go to the backside slant? What you can do is just cheat for him, all right? And how do you cheat for him? He comes up and looks, and you've got hitch left called, and he comes up, and right before the snap, he looks at you, and you give him a signal. And you just tell him, read the left side or read the right side. So he'll know that I'm going to throw it. You can even do better than that, okay? You can come up, and he can look, and you can go Z. Throw the ball to the Z, okay? So you can give your guy indicators, and I do that a lot with my guys in the run-pass combo stuff. I don't let them guess. I do the same thing in the run-screen combos. I don't let them guess. All right, the quarterback is now going to read hitch, hitch, and then to the late. And what we started doing on the way that Donnie on his beginner's kit is going to teach you 66 or hitch, okay? You're going to have hitch, and the inside guy is going to run a vertical. We don't run hitch a lot, okay? But if we have a real soft corner all the time and we want to throw it, then what we'll do is that we really want to throw the ball to the soft hitch. So what we have the inside receiver do is we tell him that he wants to run a 5 to 7 yard hitch route on the outside shoulder pad of the whole player. So what he's going to try to do is if the whole player just squats on him, if all he does is squat and buzz his feet, then what I'm going to do is that I'm going to try to run and get through his outside pad so I wall him where he can't cover the outside hitch. Now, if he buzzes and just takes off to the flat, I widen with him and it just becomes a wide stick, and I'm going to be the guy that catches the ball. So it's a really easy read for the quarterback, and then I will tag it, or the quarterback can tag it. If he feels like that he's going to have an easy corner shot throw, then we can tag it. And then the other route that we came up with this year is that Because we're free releasing the backs all the time, is that we came up with a word that we used, and we called the word late. All right, late means this, is that you're going to be a blitz control guy, and you're going to check or you're going to chip on a great defensive end or a great inside defensive pass rusher, and you're going to get out late. And the way that we practice it is we tell them that late is always at least to 1,003, but really the way we practice it is the quarterback tells you when it's late. The quarterback will go, hitch, hitch, okay, backside slant as a check down, and then he'll go late, 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 late. He tells the running back, hey, I'm in trouble, get your ass out and find somewhere, I'm going to get you the football. So a late call, they don't get out until the quarterback basically verbalizes it, or during a game if they just feel like that the quarterback, that the protection is breaking down. So you look here, we've got hitch to the left side, hitch to the left side, and again, we're going to stick it at 7 yards and work back to the football. The inside receiver is going to try to get through the outside pad and basically become a decoy. He's going to try to wall the whole player and prevent him from covering. And then on the backside, we have our double slants, and then the F is on the read. Okay, same thing there. Same thing to the right side, and again with a directional call. All right, starting off, we'll look at the X. If you look at the X, again, he's going to try to stick the route. I don't know what happened on that one. He's going to the backside slants. Okay, first backside slant, inside leverage. And notice that when he has inside leverage, look at the angle of his release. He doesn't release directly up the field. He has to stem to get to the inside shoulder. He sticks, and again, he continues to run. It's the quarterback's job. All right? We've got hitch to the left side now. He's going to try to stem and try to get to the inside shoulder pad. All right? I'm sorry, again, he's going to the backside. Our screen stuff has been wrong on this a few times today. Look at here to the right side, okay? Look to the right side. We've got hitch to the right, and we have the Y, and this is a good picture of what the Y is trying to do. The Y is getting on his outside shoulder pad and trying to stick it off the outside shoulder pad to where that right now, if we had a soft corner and the quarterback had determined to go to the play side, he could not come and cover the hitch. All right, with a hard corner, the quarterback did a good job on pre-snap of going to the backside slant. Again, here I thought it totally ignored this down on the bottom because it hadn't been right yet. All right, again, there it was hitch to the right, and he went to the backside slant. Now he's going to come back to the inside slant. We've got hitch right. And what I normally do in the quick game, if I'm making directional calls, if I'm making left and right calls, the best thing to do is to make the directional call, in my opinion, into the short side of the field. So I try to go hitch right if I'm on the right hash, hitch left if I'm on the left hash. Why? Because it's a lot easier to complete double slants. Hey, Donnie, it's hot, it's warm in here. So try to go to where that we have our double slants to the wide side of the field. All right, that's how I usually call plays. And sometimes, again, it's hard for the quarterback to understand we're on the right hash, and I just called a play into the right hash. Well, I called it into the right hash because I want you to have, number one, is that a lot of times you get soft corners into the short side of the field, so it's easy to complete balls. But the other thing is you got a lot more grass on your double slant back into the wide side of the field. All right, again here, watch the inside receiver on the inside slant. He's one jab step. All right, he's got lots of grass inside. Jab step. Because he squared his hips, he's going to keep his route flat. Notice how flat he is on his second step. Because this guy didn't open his hips, he has to stay flat and catch it on a flat run. All right, now we have hitch to the left side. All right, hitch to the left side. The inside hole player is going to try, the inside player is going to try to wall this guy. See, there's the wall, soft corner to the short side of the field. The H is walling, and he's got him walled off, and it gives us a clear throwing lane in order to be able to complete the ball. All right, again on this one, wait and see what it is. All right, we're running to the wide side of the field this time. It ends up being a three-step, sticks his toe in the ground, and not a very good job by the H here. The H should have widened him to where he couldn't do it. The H didn't do a very good job on this. He should have been a little bit wider. But it's a pretty easy read for the quarterback on pre-snap. And again, ignore that down on the bottom. All right, it's hitch right. This is a great job by the Y. All right, watch the Y. As the Y comes through right now, the Y is going to come through, and he's going to wall the whole player. He gets through the outside shoulder pad, and now he's collisioned him, and he can't come and cover the hitch. All right, again, for us, we like that. It's been a pretty good deal. All right, so that is the hitch concept. We'll get to the tags. All right, I can tag this, or the quarterback can tag this at any time that they want to. So in this case, we're tagging the inside receiver to the hitch side on a corner route. So he comes up and he sees that he's got a hard corner. If he's got a hard corner, then again, either A, he can tag it and give the corner route, or I can tag it and give the corner route. Start on the left side. We've got hitch left. We've got a hard corner. And so now I have to do, the thing you've got to remember if you're an inside receiver and you're running a corner route is that it's great to stem the safety, and you need to stem the safety. The problem is you got to get to the safety first. To get to the safety first, you have to stem the whole player first. Because otherwise, if he's a good whole player, he's going to collision you and knock you off your path. So when I release, and I've got the whole player right here, my first part of my release is I better stem him first. So I run at him first. Once I've gotten through his collision path, I now stem the safety. I lean and stick him. This is a really good lean and stick. He leans back in on him. He sticks him, and now his angle is to the back pylon because he's inside the 25-yard line. All right, same thing out of trips. If we run it out of trips, if I just said hitch out of trips, then we would go hitch. I would go through the outside pad, and then the inside receiver would run off the inside pad. We'd have 2-on-1 here. But I almost always, if I'm going to run it out of trips, I'm going to tag somebody on the corner route. And what we found is a lot of times we've gotten better leverage with the inside guy. So we had a couple of shots on this year to where we went and we tagged the inside guy. You can tell right now I've got pretty good leverage right now to be able to get on the safety. I've got to avoid the mic. So we've got double hitches here, hitch, and then we've got the corner route back behind that. So again, that's a good quick game tag. One more of these. We've got double hitches, hitch, and then tag the Y on the corner. So we got both these guys baited to stay. I've got leverage, especially if I'm into the short side of the field. I've got leverage on the safety. And I come out of my cut, and I've got a good shot at it there. All right? If I do it out of an empty set, then one of the best tags on it is to tag, again, the farthest inside receiver, which would be the F. So I tag the F, who's the farthest inside receiver. And again, for me, a lot of times this would be a freeze play. So I'm going to run hitch. I've done a good job trying to get wide. I'm going to bring him back down inside, stem the safety with the farthest inside receiver, and then run the corner on the back pylon. And again, for us, that's our quarterback there running the corner.